Hi, welcome to Bridge Starter Kit 1, Lesson 2. And I just want to start with the login screen because with our lessons, we use Shark Bridge where you get to play hands. And that's what we do during class. Now, this is a video, so you won't be getting to play the hands, but I'm going to show you with my dog's table some of the hands that we played in Lesson 2. So to get started, when you log into your Zoom link, you'll come up into Zoom and you'll see a Zoom chat. And then we'll send you a link to the Zoom chat, which you will click on, and it'll come up to the screen. And what you want to do is put your first name and your last initial there and your nickname and click continue. If you're joining with a partner, you can put your partner's nickname in there as well in the second box and click continue. Okay, so I'm going to get us over to Princess table. Princess sitting in the south chair. Now, in lesson 1 video, I went all through what you can do with your table and what Shark Bridge is all about. So we're going to skip right to lesson 2's lesson, which was MiniBridge Strategy. And we're going to start from the top. So what is MiniBridge? Well, it's a version of Bridge where there's no auction to reach the final contract. Now, contract is a big word. It has some numbers. It has some symbols. You see grayed out on our screen here are rows 1 through 7, and they each have clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades, and no trump. Now, we did discuss in lesson 1 that there's 5 games in one in mini bridge as well as bridge. You can play in the club trump suit or a diamond trump suit or a heart trump suit or a spade trump suit, or you can play in no trump. And the levels are based on the number of tricks you estimate your side can take. Now, in mini bridge, what we do is count what are called high card points. And I'm going to show all the cards on this hand so that we can start practicing these high card points. What am I talking about? Well, let's start with North's hand up here. That's Rhodey's hand up at the top of the screen. Every ace gets 4 high card points. Every king gets 3 high card points. Every jack gets 1 high card point. So in North's hand, North has in the spade suit 8 high card points. And North has 4 points in the ace of hearts and 2 points in the queen of hearts. So that's 6 high card points. No high card points in clubs. And then in diamonds, North gets 3 high card points for the king. Then you add them together, which comes to 17. And we write high card points as HCP. When you see that shortness, that means high card points. Then each player at the table announces. Now, if you're online, where you're going to announce, if you're playing in Shark Bridge, is type message here. You would type your message, your number there. And then all 4 players figures out which side has the most combined points. So East here is showing us 8 high card points and West has 9 high card points. Now, each suit has 10 high card points and there are 4 suits. So that's 40 high card points in a deck of cards. So if East-West has 17, that means North-South should have 23. But let's just count South's high card points here. South gets 2 points for the Queen of Spades and 4 points for the Ace of Diamonds. So that's 6. And if we add 17 and 6, it comes up with 23. So North-South would become the declaring side. And then the player of the declaring side that has the most points becomes the declarer. So that makes North the declarer now. Now North gets to look at South's hand. And what we're looking for is either 8 hearts, 8 or more hearts, combined between the 2 hands, or 8 or more spades combined between the 2 hands. Well, I drew 2 hearts, so let's erase that. Did you guys know that a spade is just an upside down heart with a stick, right? If we draw an upside down heart, and then put a stick on it, it's a spade. Okay, so back to what we're looking for. North is looking between the two hands. North has four spades in North's hand and three spades in South's hand. Okay, seven. North has four hearts in North's hand and three hearts in South's hand. Seven. So here, until you get to 9 or 10 of your diamonds or clubs combined, you're going to play in a no trump contract. North would like to play in a no trump, and we're going to play in part score. Lesson 3, we're adding scoring to our game. So if you have 25 combined points, then you want to call game. If you have less than 25 combined points, high card points, you call part score. And then you would click on the part score. Now in no trump, part score would be clicking on the one no trump bid. And in game, if we wanted to call game, we would click on the 3 no trump bid. So we click on one no trump and it goes all pass. So the contract becomes one no trump. There's going to be more about the contract in our follow-up classes. Okay, so let's take a look at how the play would go. The person to the left of the declarer, now we've said that Rhodey, North here, is the declarer because he has the most points of the partnership, of the North-South partnership. So East would make our opening lead. So let's say East plays the 4 of spades and declarer North would click on the Queen of spades and West would play the 7 and North would play low. Okay, so then you want to stop and you want to count your tricks. Now we can see we've won the Queen of spades, and this is the North-South partnership. They have the Ace, King, Jack of spades. That's 3 more tricks. That's 4 spades. And then they have the Ace, King of diamonds, right? We're looking at the tricks in both the North and the South because they are a partnership. That's 6 tricks. And then they have the Ace of hearts as 7. So there's a little saying that says, take your tricks and run. So North would click a card from South's hand because South won the trick. Remember, the person who wins the trick, the player who wins the trick, gets to lead to the next trick. So we play a round of spades and everyone follows. And then North continues with the King of spades and everyone follows. And then the Jack of spades, East follows, and South is going to be discarding. So South would play the 2 of clubs and West would play the 2 of hearts. You just want to discard little cards. Discard means not following suit, that you don't think you're going to win later on. Then North is in the North hand. If you're in Shark Bridge, look for that little flower, or if you've changed it to the color, the North card holder is orange. So you can watch that orange bar or whatever color at your table because you can make it whatever color you want. That's what tells you whose turn it is to lead. So North would lead a diamond over to the ace and a diamond back to their king. And then they would take their ace of hearts for 7 tricks. Now, North would lead a diamond or a club or a heart at this point. North is giving up. West wins the trick. So West would lead a heart back to East Jack. And then East would cash the King of hearts. And then East could lead a club over to West Jack. West would cash the Ace of clubs. Everybody's following. And then the Queen of clubs, and North has to follow with the Queen of hearts. Now remember, in no trump, high card takes the trick. So even though the Queen are equal, because the Queen of clubs was led and the Queen of hearts is discarding, the Queen of clubs, well, technically East's King of clubs would win the trick. Now East and West are partners, so the partnership wins 1 trick, even though they both have a high card. Now, that's an example of a mini bridge game in a no trump contract. Now I'm going to pull up a hand where are going to start from the top for a contract in a trump suit. All right, so let me show you all the cards. Now, when you're sitting at your table, you're just going to see your hand to start, and you're going to count your high card points. So let's practice counting our high card points. In North's hand, in the heart suit, the King of Hearts is worth 3 points, and the Queen of Hearts is worth 2 points. And then the Ace of Diamonds is worth 4 points, and the King of Diamonds is worth 3 points. All right, so if we add it up, we've got 12 high card points. Remember, HCP stands for high card points. And East has 7 high card points, 4 for the Ace of Spades and 3 for the King of Spades. And then South has, 4 in heart, the Ace of Hearts, 1 in the Jack of Hearts, 2 for the Queen of Clubs, 1 for the Jack of Clubs, 2 for the Queen of Diamonds, and 1 for the Jack of Diamonds. So we've got 5, 3 is 8, and 3 is 11. So 11 high card points for South. Now, in a game, you would announce it. If you're playing face to face, you would announce how many points you have in a clockwise direction. But then each person would decide, oh, the North-South partnership has 23 high card points, and the East-West partnership has only 17. So North-South would buy the auction again. And here, North would be the declarer, because they have 12 high card points and South has just 11. So North would get to pick the suit, the denomination, either clubs, diamonds, hearts, or spades, and no trump. And they would get to pick part score or game. So the deciding factor on whether to call part score or game is to add the points together. With less than 26 high card points, you want to call part score. And with more than 26 or more points, you'd call game. So here, North would call part score, and they have 6 hearts in North's hand and 4 hearts in South's hand, so that's 10 hearts. So North would call 1 heart, and it would go pass, pass, pass. All right, so North-South need to take 7 tricks, and East-West need to take 7 tricks, and it would be East's turn to lead. So let's have East lead out an ace. Remember, high card takes the trick. You must follow suit. And if you can't follow suit, then you have the option of trumping with a heart or discarding. So far, everybody is following suit. And let's say a third round of spades, and now declarer can use the 9 of hearts to win the trick because hearts were called as trump. Now, a good general rule is you want to pull your defender's trumps. The East-West are called the defending side, whereas the North-South are called the declaring side. So let's cash some hearts. And we only want to play enough hearts so that we get all the defenders' hearts out. Now we can go playing on our other winners. We can lead a diamond to the ace and the King of Diamonds. And then we just sort of have to give up a club. So let's lead a club to the Queen, and West wins the King of Clubs, and West takes the Ace of Clubs, and then leads another club. Now North has to trump. They have to trump because they only have hearts left in their hand. And then they can play their hearts from the top. And that wins the rest of the tricks. Okay, so this is our game of mini bridge. Now in class, we got to play 4 hands of no trump and 4 hands in suit contracts, right? So what I've done for you is I've created the links for the class for lesson two, and they're in your share file account. If you haven't set up a share file account with the class yet, reach out to us and we'll take care of it. I look forward to seeing you in lesson three. Thanks.